today we are going to start the chapter circle, that is chapter number 10 of your NCERT book. So we'll do the introduction, then the explanation of the examples, and then the explanation of the exercises in the same video. So as you have studied in the class 9th that a circle is a collection of all the points in a plane which are at a constant distance, that is radius from a fixed point, that is known as center. So we can see here now. So let us consider a circle and the point and the line PQ. There can be the three possibilities given here. So we can see here the first possibility is the line PQ and the circle have no common point. In the second we can see they are non-intersecting. In the second we can see here there are two common points A and B that the line PQ and the circle have. In this case we call that the line PQ is a secant because it is intersecting a line intersecting circle at two different points. Then the third one we can see here that there is only one point of contact, that is A, which is common point here. So this is known as a tangent. Okay, so they are non-intersecting. When we have two common points or two intersecting points, that is secant. When a line is just touching at one point, that is point of contact we call it, and this is a line is called a tangent. Now so like if you can see here tangent to a circle, in a previous section we have seen that the tangent to a circle is a line that intersects the circle at only one point, or normally we call it touching the line at one and touching the circle at one point. So if we see here at this point P, we have drawn so many lines, but only there is one tangent to the point of a circle, only one line, that is a tangent. No other line can be the tangent. So tangent to a circle is a special case of a secant when the two end points of its corresponding chords coincides. When two points coincide means it is a special case of a secant when both the points are coinciding. Now then we can see the theorem number 10.1. The tangent at any point to the circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. The tangent at any point to the circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Yes, so it means we have given a circle with the center O and the tangent xy to the circle at point P. We need to prove that OP is perpendicular to xy. So we can see here this is a point of contact P, xy is the line. So now take a point Q on xy other than P and join OQ. So we are taking any other point than P and joining this. Point Q must lie outside the circle. Because Q lie inside the circle, then xy will become a secant. So this is not possible because if we have two length equals to the radius, it means it is a secant. So this Q is lying outside the circle. So it means this OP is the shorter side as OQ is lying outside, so OQ is greater than OP. So therefore OQ is longer than the radius OP of the circle, that is OQ is greater than OP. Since it happens for every point on the line xy except P, if we take any other points, then the condition will be the same, that is those line segments will be greater. So it means in every case OP is the small line. So as we all know that the OP is the shortest of all the distances of the point O to the point of xy, so OP is perpendicular, as we all have done in class 9th also, that perpendicular from the center is the shortest distance, or we call it the shortest distance from a point on a line segment is always perpendicular. So this is how we have proved this. Now then after this we have the solution of exercise 10.1 in the same. Now moving towards the next, we can see here now we can summary the facts as follows. For look here, there is no tangent to the circle passing through a point lying inside the circle. Okay, for example here we can see here no point is there, we call them tangent. Now look here in the second we see there is only one tangent to the circle passing through the point lying on the circle. Then case 3 we can see here there are two tangents of the circle through the point lying outside the circle from this point P. So if the point is inside the circle, no tangent. If the point is on the circle, one tangent. If the point is outside the circle, then we can draw two tangents from that point. Now in the next theorem, theorem 10.2, the length of the tangent drawn from the external point to the circle are equal. So we have to show here that PQ and PR are equal in length. So what we have done here, we have just joined OQ, OR and OP. So we have to show that PQ is equal to PR. Now after doing the construction, now we can say in triangle OQP and ORP, we have OQ is equal to OR, radius of the same circle. We have OP is equal to OP, common. We have angle OQP is equal to angle ORP. The reason is, yes, that the radius is tangent is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. So it means by RHS both the triangles are congruent. So when both the triangles are congruent, it means PQ is equal to PR. This is by CPCT. So in this way we can easily prove this theorem 10.2 also. Now we'll do few examples, okay, and after that we'll do the exercise 10.2 also. So if you see here, two tangents TP and TQ are drawn to the circle with the center O. Then from the external point T, prove that angle PTQ is equal to twice of angle OPQ. So we have to show that this angle OPQT is twice of angle, or this angle is twice of this, or this angle is half of this. That the angle OPQ is half angle PTQ, or angle PTQ is twice of angle OPQ. So now, so we are given a circle with the center O and external point T, and the two tangents TP and TQ to the circles where P and Q are the points of contact. We need to prove that, okay, angle PTQ is twice of angle OPQ. Angle PTQ is twice of angle OPQ. This we have to show. Now let us consider this angle PTQ is equal to theta. Now as we know that PT is equal to TQ, because the length of the tangents are equal, so it means both these angles should be equal, because angles opposite equal sides are equal. So we can say here that this will be then angle with this theta. So the sum of these two angles is, plus this equals to 180. So this angle will become 90 minus half theta, both angles, angle TPQ and angle TQP. Now angle this OPT is equal to 90 degree, as we all know that the point of contact of with the radius is 90 degrees perpendicular. So now if we find this angle OPQ, this angle OPQ can be written as angle OPT minus angle OPT, angle OPT minus angle QPT. So 90 minus half, which is equals to, will have half theta. So it means angle PTQ is equals to twice of angle OPQ. This is by cross multiplication we can do it, okay. So in this way, yes, now after this we are going to start the solution of the exercise 10.1 as well as 10.2 in the same video, okay. Now starting with the exercise, start the solution of the chapter 10th, that is circles. So first exercise, the first question is, it is given that how many tangents can a circle have. So if we see here, a circle can have infinite number of tangents, because a circle have infinite number of points on it, and at every point there is a tangent, and at every point a tangent can be drawn. Then if we see the question number 2, it is fill in the blanks. So a tangent to a circle intersect it in how many points? So it only 1 point. So 1 point is the answer. A line intersecting a circle in 2 points is called a line intersecting a circle in 2 points, it is called a secant. Then a circle can have dash parallel tangents at the most. A circle can have 2 parallel tangents at the most. Then the common point of a tangent to the circle and the circle is called the point of contact, and the circle is called the point of contact. Then moving towards the question number 3. So if we see in the question number 3 what is given, it is given to us that a tangent PQ at point P. So this is the tangent PQ at point P, and the radius of the circle is 5 cm, meets the line through the center O at a point so that OQ is equal to 12. So it is given OQ is equal to 12. So what we have to find here, we have to find the length PQ. So we can easily see that it is a right angle triangle, because the point of contact of the tangent with the radius is perpendicular. So this angle is equal to 90 degree. So now this is a right angle triangle. So we have, using the Pythagoras theorem, we have OQ square is equals to PQ square plus OP square. Putting the values, 12 square is equals to PQ square plus 5 square. So the result is coming equals to PQ is equals to root 119 or square root 119 is the answer. So D is the correct option. Then moving towards the question number 4. What is the question number 4? The question number 4 is that draw a circle and the two lines parallel to a given line such that one is a tangent and other a secant to the circle. So first we can see here that consider a circle with the center O and AB is a given line. So we can see here AB is a given line and this is the circle with the center O. Now there is no common point, so then we draw a perpendicular from point O to the line AB which intersect AB at P. So which intersect AB, so we can see here what we have done here. In the first we have drawn a line which is away from the circle, then we are drawing a perpendicular. Then what we are trying to do, just look here. Now taking 2 points on the line PQ, one at the circle X and another at Y. So we can see here X and Y here. Then inside the circle draw the line parallel to AB passing through X and Y. So we are drawing a line parallel to AB, and CD and EF are the required lines. So we have here CD and EF are the required lines. That means if you look at the question, so question is draw a circle and two lines parallel to a given line such that one is a tangent and other is a secant. So one line is this now. So we can see here, so in this line, this is a line. Now the one line is a tangent, so we can see here this line, CD is a tangent here and EF is parallel to it, and a line which is away from the circle, so that is tangent and parallel, we can easily draw. Now coming to the exercise 10.2. so look here, in question number 1 to 3 choose the correct options. Options are given to us. Question number 1 is from a point Q, the line, the length of the tangent to the circle 24 centimeter and distance of Q from the center is 25 centimeter. The radius of the circle is, we have to tell the radius. So what we are going to do, first we are trying to just draw the figure of this. So we are getting this figure, so where PQ is equal to 24, OQ is equal to 25 and OP, that we have to find. So as we all know that perpendicular to the tangent, the radius is perpendicular to tangent, the point of contact, so this is 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree. So that is, now using the Pythagoras theorem we can use OP square. OP square is equals OP square plus PQ square is equals to OQ square. Just putting all the values here in this Pythagoras theorem, so we are getting OP square is equals 25 square minus 24 square, that is 625 minus 576. So answer is OP is equals to 7 centimeters, the required answer. So option A is correct. Now then in the question number 2, in the figure, if TP and TQ are the two tangents, we can see here TP and TQ are the two tangents, and this angle at this center is given 110. We have to find the value of this angle, that is angle PTQ. So as we all know that these angles, this angle P and this angle Q, these both are 90, both are perpendicular. The reason is because the radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact, as we all know. So these are 90, 90. So now we know that in a quadrature the sum of all the angles is equals to 360 degrees. So just putting angle OPT plus angle POQ plus angle OQT plus angle PTQ is equals to 360 degree. Just putting all the values here, we are getting PTQ is equals to 360 degree minus 290, that is 70 degree. Hence the option B is correct. Simple, yes. Now moving towards the question number 3. In the question number 3 we can see here the tangent. If we see here the tangent PA and PB, so P and PB are the tangents given here, and the point of P to the circle with the center O is inclined to each other at an angle of 80 degree. So this angle is given of 80 degree. Then we have to find angle PO, we have to find angle POA. So this angle we have to find. So what we can do here, so as we all know this O is perpendicular, OB is perpendicular, these are point of contact of the to the tangent, so these are perpendiculars. So now what we are going to do, first we are going to find which angle, we are going to find the angle BOA. So BOA, how to find, sum of all the angles of a quadrature is equals to 360 degree, using the same property, just putting all the values. So we are getting PO is equals to 100 degree. Now we know that triangle, now we know that this triangle OPB and triangle OPA, both are congruent. How? Look here, as AP is equals to PB, OA is equals to OB, and this side is common. So by SSS both the triangles are congruent, so therefore angles are equal. Which angles are equal? Angle POB is equals to angle POA. So both the angles are equal, so dividing into half, so 100 upon 2 will be 50. So 50 is the answer. Now then we have the question number 4. In the question number 4, prove that the tangents drawn at the ends of a diameter. Prove the tangents drawn. So these are the tangents drawn at the end of the diameter. So we have drawn, these are the two tangents at the end of a diameter. So we have to show that these are the parallel. So let AB be a diameter here, and PQ and RS are the tangents drawn at the end of the diameter. So we know that the radius is perpendicular to the tangent, so therefore OA and OB both are perpendicular. So it means angle OAR and angle OAS 90 degree each, angle OBP and angle OBQ is equal to 90 degree each. So it means we can easily see that the angles OAR, angle OAR is equal to angle OBQ and angle OAS is equal to angle OBP, that is alternate degree angles are equal. So when the alternate degree angles are equal, it means lines are parallel. So therefore RS is parallel to PQ. Then moving towards the question number 5, what is given here? Prove that the perpendicular at the point of contact to the tangent to the circle passes through the center. Now we have to prove that perpendicular at the point of contact to the tangent. Perpendicular at the point of contact to the tangent to the circle passes through the center. So let O be the center and AB be the tangent, okay, at P. Now we have to prove that perpendicular at P to AB passes through O. We have to show that perpendicular is passing through the center O. So let the perpendicular drawn at P of AB does not pass through O. Suppose we are considering that it is not passing through O, it is passing through O dash. At you look at this figure, O dash. Now so we are joining OP and O dash P. So now we know that tangents as a drawn at P passes the center O, therefore this is O dash P is equal to 90 degree. Now we know that the radius is perpendicular to the tangent, therefore OPB also 90 by the first theorem. Now it means if on comparison we can say here that O dash PB, this angle and this angle OPB, both angles are equal, and this is only possible, okay. So it means so they are saying both should be equal, so one is greater than the other, but this is only possible when both the angles are equal. So when both the angles are equal, it means that OP and O dash P both are coinciding each other, that is O and O dash are not two different points but they are the same point. So therefore the perpendicular drawn at P passes through the center O. Then question number 6, we have the length of the tangent from the point A at a distance 5 cm from the center to the circle 4 cm. Find the radius of the circle. We have to find the radius. So as we can see in the figure, so OA is given to us 5 cm, AB is given to us 4 cm. We have to find the radius. Now we know that this is 90 degree because the radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So therefore by using the Pythagoras theorem, we have here AB square, where we have AB square plus OB square is equals to OA square. Putting all the values, so we are getting BO square as equals to 9, so OB is equals to 3 cm. So radius is equals to 3 cm is the answer. Then question number 7, if we see the question number 7, now two concentric circles of radius 5 cm and 3 cm are given. So these are two circles with the radius 3 and 5 cm respectively. Find the length of the chord of the larger circle which touches the smaller circle. So we have to find the length of this PQ. PQ is the chord here. So how to find this? So looking here, let O be the center of the two concentric circles with the radius 3 cm and 5 cm. So 5 cm is here, we can say OP, and the 3 cm is OA. So PQ is the chord of the larger circle which is tangent to the inner circle. Now we know that the radius is perpendicular to the tangent, so this angle is 90 degree. So therefore we can say here O is perpendicular to PQ. Now using the Pythagoras theorem, we can see here that this is given 5, this is given 4, so we can easily find the length of A. Okay, length of AQ we can easily find. So length of AQ or AP, whatsoever we find, no problem. So length of AP is coming here or AQ is coming here 4. So this perpendicular, as we know, the perpendicular from the center bisects the chord, so it means the length of PQ is double the length of AQ or AP. So that will be 2 into 4, which is equals to 8 centimeter. So the chord of the larger circle is 8 centimeter. Then the question number 8, one of the very important question and good question. A quadrature ABCD is drawn to the circumscribe. Circumscribe means when the circle is inside the figure. Prove that AB. Prove that here AB. So we have to prove that this AB plus CD is equals to AD plus BC. So now we know that the tangents drawn from the same external point are equal. So therefore we have here dr. So we have here, if you see this figure, so we have here okay, so we have here dr is equals to ds, we have here AP is equals to SA, we have here RC is equals to CQ, we have here PB is equals to QB. Yes, because the tangents are equal from the external point. So using this property, so we are writing all here, that is dr is equals to ds, dr is equals to ds, cr is equals to cq, bp is equals to bq, ap is equals to s. So reason is same for all, that the tangents drawn from the points are equal length. Now then adding all the left hand side with the right hand side values, so we are getting dr plus cr plus bp plus ap is equals to ds plus cq plus bq plus as. Then making the pair dr plus cr, that is cd, bp plus ap, that is ab, then ds plus as is equals to ad, and cq plus bq is equals to bc. So hence proved that the sum of the opposite sides are equal here, we can see. Now moving towards the question number 9. In the question number 9, what we can see here, so in the question number 9, it is in the figure x, y, and in the figure if we see here x, y, and yes, so x, y and x dash y dash are parallel tangents to a circle with the center O. The another tangent is AB, this is another tangent AB with the points of contact C intersecting x, y at A and that x dash y dash at B. We have to prove that angle AOB is equals to 90 degrees. So construction is required. We are joining just OC here. If you see the construction here. Now in triangle OPA, and triangle OCA, we are taking this triangle and this triangle. So we can see here that OP is equals to OC, that radius of the same circle. Then AP is equals to CA, that is the tangents drawn from the point A. Then OA is equals to OA, this is common. So it means by SSS congruency rule, both the triangles are congruent. So therefore we can say that angle POA, so this angle and this angle, both the angles are equal. Both the angles are equal. Or if we say like, or what we can say here that this angle and this angle are equal. Now okay, so also we can take that angle 1 and angle 2 in this way, no problem. And similarly we can prove that these angles are equal. So now PQ is the diameter of the circle, so therefore it is a straight line. It is a straight line. As we know, the sum of all the angles on a line is 180 degrees. So we are adding all these angles, angle 1, this 2, this 3 and 4. The sum is equal to 180. As we know, both the angles are equal, so we can put here like angle POA plus angle COA. In place of this we can write twice of angle COA. Angle COB plus angle QOB, we can write twice of angle COB. So then we have angle COA plus COB is equal to 90 degree, that is angle AOB is equal to 90 degree. So we have here angle AOB is equal to 90 degree. Now next we have in the question number, yes, so looking at the question number 10, so prove that the angle between the two tangents drawn from the external points to the circle supplement to the angle subtended by the line segment join the points of contact to the center. So in the question in the 10th question we have to, what we have to show, we have to show that angle this and angle this, their sum is equal to 180 degree. So as we all know that tangents at the point of contact or the radius is perpendicular, so these are both are perpendicular to these. So we have both the angles is equal to 90, that is angle OAP and angle OBP is equal to 90 degree each. Now using the angle sum property of a quadrilateral, so we know that angle sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So putting the values here, in quadrature we can see now, just put the value. So angle OAP plus angle APB plus angle PBO plus angle BO is equal to 360 degree. Putting the values 90 plus angle APB plus 90 plus angle BO is equal to 360. So we have angle APB plus angle BO is equal to 180 degree. So hence proved that the sum of these angles is equal to 180 degree. That means the angle between the two tangents drawn from the external point to the circle supplement to the angle subtended by the line segment joining the point of contact at the center. Then in the question number 11, if we see that in the question number 11, what is given here? In the question number 11 here, it is given that prove that the parallelogram circumscribing a circle to the rhombus. So now it is given that ABCD is a rhombus. ABCD is a rhombus. So what we have to do here? ABCD is a rhombus. We have to prove. It is given that ABCD is a parallelogram. So when ABCD is a parallelogram. So as we know in parallelogram that opposite sides are equal. So we have AB is equals to CD, AD is equals to BC. Now what we have done in the question, previous question, you remember that looking at this we can say now here DR is equals to DS, tangents drawn from the point D, CR is equals to CQ, tangents drawn from the point C, BP is equals to BQ, tangents drawn from the point B, likewise AP is equals to AS, tangents drawn from the point A. Then adding all, we are getting the result as CD plus AD is equals to AD plus BC. Now as we know the opposite sides are equal, so this CD plus AB can be written as twice of AB, AD plus BC can be written as twice of BC. So we have here AB is equals to BC. So from 1, 2 and 7 we have AB is equals to BC is equals to CD plus AD. Now when all the sides of a parallelogram are equal, or if a pair of adjacent side of parallelogram is equal, then it is a rhombus, because as we all know in a rhombus that all the sides are equal. Then moving towards the 12th question, question number 12, again a good question. So just looking at this question very carefully, ABC is a triangle drawn to circumscribe a circle of a radius 4 such that the segment BD and DC which BC is divided by the point of contact D. So now if we see here carefully that it is given, a triangle is given in which the radius is given, and if we see here what else is given, it is given that here CD is equals to 6 centimeter, DB is equals to 8 centimeter. Now how to solve this question? So look here very carefully. So let the circle touches AB, AC at point E and F respectively. So such that AF we are taking here. AF is equals to X, so this distance we are taking X, this is equals to X. Now we know that tangents drawn from the external points are equal, so we have here CF. So we are taking this point, this is yes CF, this is point F and this is point E. So CF is equals to CD, which is equals to 6 centimeter. B is equals to BD, which is equals to 8 centimeter. Now then AF is equals to AE, both are is equals to X. Then if we add these, so we have AB is equals to X plus 8, BC is equals to X plus 8 plus 6 14, and CA is equals to 6 plus X. Now in triangle ABC we are using the Heron's formula. So we are finding that 2s which is equals to AB plus BC plus CA, that is X plus 8 plus 14 plus 6 plus X, which is equals to 28 plus 2X, that is S is equals to 14 plus X. Now if we see here, then using the Heron's formula we know that the area of a triangle ABC is equals to root S. We have root S. So S root S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, this is a formula. Putting the values, S is 14 plus X, so 14 plus X minus 14, 14 plus X minus 8 plus X, then 14 plus X minus 6 plus X. Then we are result is equals to root 14 plus X into X into 6 into 8. So we have 48X 14 plus X. So this result is equals to, or we can write in this form or this form, that is 4 is square root 3 14x plus x square. Now we can also find the area of the triangle AOB. If we see the triangle AOB, so in triangle AOB the area can be found as half into base into height. So half into base is this much, into height is 4. So half into 4 into 14, likewise. So we have area of this is half into 4 into x plus 8. Then area of OBC is equal to half into 4 into 14, then half into 4 into x plus 8. So likewise we can find the area of all the three triangles, because if we take this triangle or just take the sum of these three triangles, it means the same. So then we can write that the area of triangle ABC is equals to area of triangle OBC plus area of triangle OCA plus area of triangle OAB. So we have fourth root of root 3 plus 3, 14 plus 14x plus x square into is equals to 28 plus 12 plus x 12 plus 2x plus 16 plus 2x. Just solving all these, we have to remove the square root, so just doing the squaring on both sides, the result is coming equals to, two answers are coming, that is x plus 14 into x minus 7. So we x is equals to minus 14, x is equals to 7. So minus 14 cannot be possible, so we'll take x is equals to 7. So it means the length of AB is equals to x plus 8, that is 15, and the length of C is equals to 6 plus x, that is 13 centimeter. So this is one of the very important question. Then the question number 13. The question number 13, what we have? A quadrilateral ABCD circumscribing a circle with the center O touching the point P, Q, R and S, joining the point P, Q, R and S from the center O. So what we have to show here? We have to show that prove that the opposite sides of a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle subtend supplementary angles at the center. So what we have to show? We have to show that these opposite angles, like the sum of these two angles is 180, the sum of these two angles is 180. In this way we have to show. So now, so looking at quadrilateral ABCD circle into circle with the center O touching the point P, Q, R and S, joining the points P, Q and R and S from the center O. So we have OAP and triangle OS. So OAP and OS. So as we have done earlier, so we have here OP. So we can see here, so in triangle OAP, can you see OAP? Yes, OAP, this one. So we are considering this triangle and this triangle. Okay, so considering these two triangles, so what we have here? So we have here OP is equals to OS, radius of the same circle. We have AP is equals to AS, tangents drawn from the point A, and then OA is equals to OA, that is common here. So it means by SSS criteria or the SSS congruency rule, both the triangles are congruent. So therefore angle 1 is equals to angle 2. Sorry, one angle is equals to angle 8. Similarly, we have angle 2 is equals to angle 3, angle 4 is equals to angle 5, angle 6 is equals to angle 7. Now if we add all the angles, then we have sum of all the angles is equals to 360 degree. Then if you make the pair of these, so what the result we are getting, that is angle AOB plus angle COD is equals to 180 degree. Similarly, angle BOC plus angle DOA is equals to 180 degree. So this we have to prove. So this is very easy to prove. So this is the way how we have to solve these. Okay, so with this we come to the end of this chapter itself. So thank you very much.